Hello, welcome to Lit Canon Off Script. Hey, wow, that's not bad.
Could have been worse.
What are we doing? We're playing Pitchstorm. Pitchstorm, where you randomly get a plot and a character and you have to figure it out. And then there's some wild cards. And then the best plot wins. It's as simple as that. And the producer can be like, oh, I want to add something in. That's the wild card. And then you have to work on the fly. McFly! That's the game. It's difficult. You just start pitching the same movie every time, no matter what. Okay, so
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
like what would be like just the most like, oh my god, fucking again, like location or job or something. Like, so the guy works at the porn store. Like, fuck. So this dark wizard works at a porn shop. And there's just all the cliches in there, but that's part of it. That's part of the deal.
Working in porn shops a cliche job? Do lots of people work in porn shops?
No, I'm just saying just the cliche of somebody doing it.
Oh.
I kissed second. Oh my god. So,
Sometimes things happen.
notes. Plot and character. Okay. A babysitter hired by a sinister wealthy couple discovers a global invasion of body-snatching aliens. Like,
Seem to go together already.
I know, this is...
Well, it just wrote itself.
This
It's
is almost too
done.
perfect. What the hell?
You don't need to pitch anything.
Because,
I want to hear it. I want to see it.
I mean, yeah, it's just essentially the parents are odd, they're stiff, you know, or would they be stiff? We want to change it around a little bit, make them be wild.
Stiff, I think.
So then she's like, okay, like, don't feed the baby. Like, it would have to be like something that a baby could have, like like sugar or something. Like, what kind of drink? Where like, you know, the baby necessarily shouldn't have it all the time. That's why it hasn't come up yet with the nanny. But it was like, yeah, a little, like you could have a little soda. Like, oh no shit, and that's what takes out the human look. And it's like, oh shit, it's a fucking weird morph. And that's how she discovers that.
Some sort of tea.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, for a tea. And that's what unravels the mystery for her.
Or coffee. Some sort of tea or coffee, I guess. Like a Starbucks. Something in one of the Starbucks.
Yeah, you could have a little, you know,
A little whipped cream is
frosting,
fine.
whipped cream. Like, oh shit. And he's like, what the fuck was that? And she starts snooping around, trying to find evidence of alien invasion.
But then who did she call?
I don't know. That, I
Say
mean,
you
maybe
find
that's
it.
part of the drama.
Who do you call?
Like, you call the police and they're like, fuck you. They're fucking Jarvis the Spider-Man. They're like, fuck you. Yeah. And that's just like, so she needs to like, maybe she needs to find the hive mind. Because I guess she discovers it's a hive mind because you got to be able to kill the whole thing in one swift hit. You know, you can't leave shit behind. Not in a 80-minute movie. 190-minute movie, you know.
You get more than 90 minutes.
190? Hour and a half?
You get like a 2 hour.
You would give it a whole 2 hours.
I think so.
Wow, I was not expecting that. Oh no.
Did you think it was the last lap?
Oh, we're gonna go look at the notes. Oh, what am I doing? I'm defending in 11th. Crazy. Can we see a whole thing on the derelict space station?
I mean,
Yeah.
the aliens are refugees. It's the only way they can survive here. And they've got a broken down spaceship.
Yeah. The whole thing, like that has to take place on a derelict spaceship. Can we set this whole thing on a derelict space station? Okay, yeah, I think because it's instead of global invasions, station invasion, and you know, there's the rich high class that have like the good rooms in the space station, then there's the poor and middle class that have the shit ones, and she's, you know, like in the middle class now babysitting. So even on a space station, you gotta get a babysitter.
That's true.
And then she discovers that, oh shit, the aliens that we thought we were safe from are actually in the fucking house. Like the call is coming from inside. And she has to stop the invasion of the space station.
Done. 1, 2, 3.
Uno,
No.
dos, tres, cuatro. Hello, hello.
Oh yeah, this is mirror. That's why none of this makes sense.
Vertigo. Oh no.
Oh, it's still not the last lap. Jesus, I thought I had pulled off like a stunning shortcut upset.
Okay. A depressed vampire accidentally angers a group of evil fairies in the wilds of Ireland. Okay, so this vampire
Almost goes together too well.
Vampire's just, you know, he's been sucking it up.
Wasn't there a
No.
True Blood season that this was already?
I don't know. I did not watch True Blood.
Me neither, but I'm 80% sure this
I
happened.
mean, sure, why not? But for us, for our intents and purposes, this vampire's moving around because he can't get a lady. He sucks at it, but not literally. Get it? And he's moping around, and then he kicks this bush, which happens to be the fairy kingdom, and they're like, "Fuck you, vampire."
Played by Tom Hiddleston.
Okay,
Yes.
sure. And it becomes like this age-on war, like because he's immortal.
Oh, so it's generations of fairies.
Generations of fairies are just
Like-
fucking this guy up. Like, they've heard the tales of the vampire destroyer, the ancient one that must be
But
scored.
I want it to be like the bees are always find him or something like that. They're just like they wither up the flowers in his flower bed or something like that.
And he just has to live in this
tiny
hell.
little things that they can do.
So the main character is a fairy, a young fairy that has to go out. It's like it's her first mission to take out the vampire immortal. And then she goes out there. She gets injured during the attack as the vampire gets away, but he takes her in. And
Twilight's it.
And I think he's a giant, right to them.
Yes.
Okay. But I hear Twilight and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well, they're not doing that. But like she stalked, like Beauty and the Beast, I mean, he did that.
Kind of like a Gargamel got.
He Stockholms her, where he like, oh, he's actually really nice, and like the legend's all wrong, and then she has to, you know, like stop her town from burning the castle down.
Slow the mob. I'm down with it.
So yeah, and then they find peace at the end, where he apologizes for kicking the bush, and he grows another bush. He puts another bush. He gives them another bush. He expands the fairy kingdom by 100%. Like he could just give them a garden, and then the garden will grow over the years.
They form a lifelong friendship.
Yeah, as he's the protector, he becomes the protector. Maybe there's like a deforestation thing going on as well, and that's what they have to unite over. Oh fuck, we never did the notes. We need at least one thing to explode out of someone's chest. Okay.
He's a vampire. He heals.
Yeah,
like one of them just flies down. And is like, aha!
A fairy. Yeah,
tries to cut his way out.
A fairy goes up his butt and explodes out of his chest.
I don't think we need to go up the butt. We could go down the throat. That'll be pretty horrifying.
But we do it in a comedic way.
No.
No?
I want there to be like appearance of actual malice in this. Okay. What would already be like a very stilted like battle. Like they do actually like cause him some grief during this.
Yeah, like it's just like fuck, like he's Apollo being eaten by the ravens.
Prometheus?
Sure, yes. Apollo, look at me. Go back to fucking mythology class. Thunder. And it's like so he's like Prometheus being punished. We can't call it Prometheus though. We call it Lazarus. Yeah. But so yeah, something will explode out of the chest. Like, fairy does something.
Yep. Fairy climbs somewhere and cuts out, and because he's a vampire, he just is like, I was inconvenienced by that, but not,
heartburn for the day.
Not ruined. It's pretty gruesome, but I've experienced worse. Moving on. And then they kind of become like an odd couple. They just kind of live together. Men in Black style. They got them out in the garden.
Him and the fairies.
Mm-hmm.
The fairies.
Someone's butt stinks. Spoiler alert, that someone is you.
A bully young kid out for revenge fights for their life against a horde of possessed mannequins.
I feel like there's definitely been a made-for-TV show movie of this already called Mannequin.
But there weren't bully kids, and this is a horror movie. Mannequin was a romance.
All right. Mannequin meets Stranger Things.
Okay. So, this fucking kid is getting bullied. He has this plan to get his bully back. There's an abandoned mall down the street from their school. Legend says it's haunted.
Ooh.
And so, he has this plan that he's gonna trick his bully in there and scare him. Booga, booga, booga. And so the day comes, bully's like, hey, Finster, give me your lunch money. And the kid's like, oh, gee, Doyle, I can give you lunch money. And then he baits him, and then he fucking runs off, and so Doyle follows him, goes into the building. That's sort of the scare is he's gonna get out. Little do they know, the mall is being demolished.
Ooh.
So they get in there, and the bully's like, I'm gonna cream ya! And then the demolishing starts happening, and like their exit caves in, and now they're stuck in this slowly destroying building as they cry for help that no one answers. And now the bullied kid has to decide, does he want to save the bully? Like towards the end, like, you know, he's helped him out a couple of times, although he's got some fucking strength and whatnot. But then at the end, there's two paths that he sees he could take. One, only he could take though, but it would be easier. Or the other one, which, you know, the bully could join him, but it would be a little bit tougher. Like, what does he choose at the end? And he ends up choosing for the bully's path, and they fight through it and make it.
A noble story.
Yeah, like it'll be touching.
Or you go the sociopath route, and he just straight up
So this kid's like fucking
dead eyes, leaves him there to die.
at the very end.
Yeah.
Oh man, fuck you, O'Doyle. Maybe or O'Doyle just fucking snaps. I feel like that's too much blame on him then for being like, you started this. You're the one that brought him in there. And then of course maybe O'Doyle just made it worse.
Maybe he chased. Maybe it's not a trap laid for him.
But
Maybe it's just running
the
away
bullied
from
kid is out for revenge, so he has to initiate some type of revenge.
No, he gets his revenge. He doesn't have to initiate it though.
Okay.
Like he.
So you're
if,
saying
if the bully's just coming after him, and it's all the bully coming after him.
Okay. So
When
like,
he goes to leave him to die, clear conscience.
I guess
He chased him in there.
some more mid-movie, he decides he's gonna fight back because they're stuck in this fucking mall that's collapsing, and he's like, no, I'm not running. He's gonna die. What if this was all in the main character's head? Or was it?
Jacob Flatter.
So, well, the mall is in his head. Yeah, the mall is in his head. Two sisters obsessed with death fights a terrifying monster that lives under their bed.
Sounds like an episode of like Rugrats or something.
Feeling a little like, ooh, death. Let's go learn more about it. What's on the other side? I don't know. Let's go to the under the bed to find out. And they start fighting a monster. Or this monster starts killing their friends and they're jealous. So they want to meet the monster. So they go in search of it. And the monster, I don't know. Do you think they die at the end? Think we give them that?
I think one does, one doesn't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they're split up.
Oh, but they're always connected through like some spiritual sense. So you know, for the sequel, we still got it. Mm-hmm. Okay, they fight the monster, lives under the bed, and they're just fascinated by almost like The Cell, where you know you're going through these weird dream-like worlds under the bed, and
That would be pretty cool.
and they talk, you know, morals and dilemmas. All right, and how can we make this the next movie in the Human Centipede franchise? Well, okay.
In one of the cell worlds, there's a.
Like that's yeah, okay. So there's gotta be a third person. But how do we make a Mobius strip of human centipedes. That's the ultimate goal.
A what strip?
A Mobius strip. It forever connects in itself. So there, like this, that's just pure torture. There's no like eating at that point. You're just eating recycled food at that point. Like there's no fresh food coming in. Shuts down the system. Which I don't know why you'd want to do that, other than more aesthetics, I guess. But that's
No one wants this movie.
But that's going on under the bed. That's what this monster's doing, and the two girls, they're like we'll see. Like, I want a pretty death. And like, that's not gonna be a fucking pretty death. And they end up fighting the monsters. And the monster under the bed got the idea from watching Human Centipede 3. Because that's how the sequels build up, where, you know, there was the first one, the second one was somebody being influenced by the first movie, and then the third one was somebody being influenced by 1 and 2. So the fourth one would be someone being influenced. So the fourth one is the giant monster under the bed being influenced by 1 through 3. Human Centipede 4, everybody. You're welcome.
You put that into the world. Thank you for that.
I don't know who the producers are of that. Give me a call.
Don't call him. Nobody call him.
The Cell meets the Human Centipede. A journalist searching for a connection in a string of murders defends their home from a group of murderous strangers. Okay, well, Dennis Quaid is a journalist who's they look like random occurrences, but he thinks no, they're connected somehow. And they've happened like one day, there's like 5 of them, which the cops are just like, not my fucking problem.
This is out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah, they're just like, they just don't care. They won't be on the clock, you know, whatever. But Dennis Quaid, he's on the case. So he goes into the neighborhood where the murders are happening. He discovers a young girl that somehow has the secrets of the murderous family, or she just wants protection. Maybe. I'm just trying to think like a Romeo and Juliet type of thing here.
Read the plot line again. Everything
A
again.
journalist searching for a connection in a string of murderers defends their home from a group of murderous strangers. So essentially, he somehow uncovers these strangers, or like that's what I'm thinking. He somehow gets a little girl from the family and takes her in for the night, and then the murderous strangers are coming after them. But I just don't know the reason the little girl's so valuable, other than that she's their little girl. I feel like there has to be something more to really up this ante of what they're doing. Like, kind of like she has a map tattooed on her back or something, you know?
I think you overestimate parents. They would just go do that.
Give us our dog. Maybe they're okay.
It's
just an abused
give me my
little
kid.
girl, and did she escape? Did she try to escape? She tried to escape, and it's like, please help me, sir. And Dennis Quaid can't turn away. Notes. What if the main character started killing people and cooking them into pies? So Dennis Quaid, he has a side gig where he's a cannibal, selling pies. Well, maybe he's not a cannibal. Maybe he's just making and serving. Like, maybe it's like, you know, the next Breaking Bad. Cannibalism. That's a side gig that he's going to become an empire of. If it wasn't for being attacked by a bunch of murderous people that night, but that's how he has his tools to kill these people. He's got fucking, you know, human chef tools, like ching, 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 fucking Wolverine over here, bitches. And it's gonna be like Liam Neeson, only with knives. And the little girl is safe. And
So he's a cannibal. But
yes.
He's not going to eat the little girl. He's
No.
protecting the little
He's
girl.
protecting the little girl because the girl's been abused. You know, she has bruises everywhere, so he's taking her in. Like,
So he's Hannibal, like the noble cannibal.
yeah, there we go. Yep. And so he's trying to take care of her. And that night, the fucking murderous family that he's been investigating, you know, they fucking like, we want our fucking child back, and they go to fucking war. And ding ding, everybody, Dennis Quaid wins.
He wins.
And his business is booming at the end. Like, so, we have so many more pies this week, everybody. Come and buy them.
All the
And
leftover
no one
pies.
will know the better. A troubled priest with a talent for exorcisms tries to survive the zombie apocalypse by hiding in a shopping mall. Okay.
I would just be intrigued, like it's a end of the world-esque, you know.
Okay, so
Place.
I have a couple of different scenarios. What if, with these zombies, with an exorcism, can bring them back to life?
Ooh, okay.
So that means like if they can bring zombies in controllably, he could bring them back to life for their population and whatnot. So then, the people he's with, like, hey, we got a fucking hold on General Fieldstone. And we finally found his rotting ass walking, up the apartment street or whatever. And so they have to mission to go get this guy because he's got secrets that could help them. As long as he's fucking human, not a zombie.
Right.
So that's what they have to go in. And they're like, and it's a heavy, it's a heavy place where there's just zombies everywhere. And like, fuck, there's no way we're going to go get in there and bring him back. Like, send the fucking priest. So the priest has to go out with the team to get that sergeant as soon as possible.
So they can just get the knowledge out of him and
like maybe
saving him if they have to.
Maybe like the body's in like okay, maybe these zombies also rot away eventually if they don't eat. And they notice that it's in like stage 5 of the rot where it's got days left if it doesn't eat. So like we gotta fucking get down there, and like there's no time to go and bring him back. Like, priest, you're fucking coming with us.
Okay.
And that's the movie.
I would see that movie.
And they get in, they find the body, like they're running out of time. So the priest lets.
What's wrong with you? The priest lets what?
The priest lets the Sergeant Zombie bite him to get a little bit more juice while the spell is unfolding.
Oh, it's a spell.
Sure. Well, the final prayer is unfolding, and the sergeant is freed, but the zombie in him now is rotting away, but his prayer helped, and he still fought it too. So what we thought was going to be a sacrifice, he's fine, because we got to make sequels of this.
Of course.
What would we call it?
Not Constantine.
Holy night. No, that wasn't a zombie movie. This is a zombie movie.
And they have nothing else alike whatsoever.
We call it... Actually, we need notes. What if all the characters are lost in a dangerous cave? That's where they find the sergeant. In a cave. In a military bunker. That's in a cave.
Ooh.
Fuck you, Pitchstorm! So they get him from the mall, and they take him to the cave. And...
The end.
What makes it looks like he sacrificed himself, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's played by LL Cool J. Alright. A desperate father searching for his missing children is trapped in a grocery store after a deadly twist covers their town. A deadly mist covers their town, not twist. Okay. So, he's at the grocery store, have you seen my daughter? Have you seen my daughter? Have you seen her? Handing out flyers, and the old lady's like, I'm so sorry for your loss, Jim. And he's walking around, there's this one guy that kind of sees him with the flyer, then turns around and walks away. Suspicious, but okay. Jim doesn't see it. Then the mist fucking falls. Tension's getting high. He's still asking around for people, because someone else is there that remembers some of that day. So he's he's pushing, he's investigating, but eventually kind of leads him to that guy that turned around. The guy that turned around is the kidnapper.
Ooh.
So they're in the store, and he's beating the shit out of him eventually, give me the confession, I'll take you there. So they have to leave the store into the mist to go find his daughter. And they're dealing with whatever's out in the fucking mist. And they get there, daughter is dead because she was fucking lost in the mist. And Jim kills the kidnapper. And then the mist rolls out. Police are like, hands up, murderer! The end.
Ooh.
Murdered. Notes, what's hot right now? Found footage. Let's do that. Okay.
Or it could be a
this
found
guy?
footage documentary of...
Yeah.
This
this documentary
story.
team has come down to help his father find his missing daughter, and it all unfolds from there. A single mother, haunted by the death of her husband, must defend their family and farmhouse from a child-eating witch. Okay. Yeah, this sounds kick-ass. So there's a single mother, so there's a child already, child-eating witch, perfect, which is after her daughter. She's now alone, widowed. She has to learn how to use the gun to defend the house. Somehow I'm picturing this in more of a Wild West time. Almost a Little House of Prairie type of thing. I'm not in the present day.
That would make more sense.
I guess I read farmhouse and I just thought, the fucking past. So yeah, I'm in like a little house in the prairie type of situation.
Okay.
Her husband has died. She's a widow now with her daughter.
Eking out a living.
It's like, hey, you
existence.
can marry Folklore over there. And it's like, he's a dick. But he's the only option. And that's what you must do. But anyway, the child-eating witch comes by, gets a sniff of her daughter. And so she has to defend the house. No one touches my daughter. And yeah, maybe Farquaad shows up and he gets fucking snatched, ripped off. I feel like, should there be a love interest? Or we need some kind of ally. Like, fuck the love interest. What about sister or friend?
A prostitute with a heart of gold.
No. Where did the prostitute come from? Walking the hay fields in the Midwest. They're out there, under the lights. Let's set this whole story in a haunted hospital. The death just happened. She's in the hospital when the witch goes after the son.
It's better without the note.
Well, I don't make the notes. It just takes place in a hospital, not a home. A lonely photographer that can't seem to fit in struggles to exorcise a demon from a small child.
He wants to exorcise the demon out of the child and take the demon for himself, so he'll be powerful.
Oh, wow.
He's the real villain of the story.
Okay. I will get it. Now I will have the eye of Iagon. I will know true art. And like, so he's gonna become a famous photographer by being possessed by this demon, essentially letting a demon become a famous photographer. And yeah. And the small child is like, thanks. Like, oh no. Add a dog and have it get killed. People love that. Well.
As a way of showing his descent into evil before he bonds with the demon, his lifelong companion dog, he just snuffs
His
it.
lifelong companion. I was thinking it was the small child's dog.
Nope.
Wow. Yeah, well, hey, that was hilarious. You had some great ideas. Bye, everybody. Like, subscribe. If you just like chilling with us, put us on as background noise.
Sometimes it's just dogs making weird noises.
You know? People have got to pay for that. And over here giving away for free. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.